something seems a little different. Not really sure what it is exactly, but I'm feeling something's a little off here. Oh wait, I know what it is. We're in an update video, which means in order to compensate for the lack of originality, I have to grab random stuff and just throw them together to make it look like this is actually something really interesting, but it really isn't. It's just a bunch of updates. Damn you, update vlog! Alright, let's just get through it, I guess. Okay, so the first thing is, Viewster. This is something that I actually started, doing again last week, but was something that I just didn't have time to talk about because last week was, we don't talk about last week anymore. But anyway, for those of you that don't know, I did do this last year, but you know, my channel's had a really big boom in the past year. We went up like over 100,000 subs in the past year alone. But there's a website called Viewster. Link is in the description below, and it's a website very similar to like something like Hulu or something like that, except you don't have to pay for it. You can go on there, and I'm producing original content, and I have a bunch of different series on there I do. Last year I did a series called The Three, where I gave you like 3 reasons to watch or read a new manga or anime, and I also had a series called Real Talk, which is like just an informal vlog style format where I discuss series that I like. So that was last year, where I produced 12 episodes for them, and they're still all up there. You can go watch them. I started producing content again for them last week, and I'm still doing the Real Talk series, where it's just the informal format. There's one of those videos that are going up today, in about 15 minutes, so this is actually a really good time I'm doing this. You can go watch that video right after this one. But I'm also doing a new series called Character Recap, where I love discussing characters. If you haven't noticed that, I love doing little videos on my channel about character discussions, and I think the reason I found that I love that so much is when I did all those videos last year on the Warlords, and then I had my Straw Hat discussion series that took me like 6 months to get through, but I really like discussing characters, and this kind of gives me the opportunity to discuss characters that are not in One Piece or One Punch Man or Dragon Ball, characters that I like. It would just be kind of out of place just to throw up a random discussion video. So I already did one of those last week for Viewster, and that was actually one on one of my favorite anime characters, period. That was one on Joestar from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So that one's already up there on Viewster. You can go watch right now. And the next video I'm going to be doing, the one that's going up today very shortly, is a Real Talk episode about Dr. Stone, which is a new up-and-coming manga. I'm sure a lot of people have read this, and I get asked, that's one of the things I get asked in live streams all the time. Have I read Dr. Stone? What do I think of Dr. Stone? Well, go over to Viewster.com, and you can check out what I think about Dr. Stone. So yeah, that's just everything that's going on in Viewster, and there'll be new episodes from me every Thursday at 5 p.m. GMT time. That's kind of redundant. It was Greenwich Mean Time, but you know, 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time every Thursday. You'll have some new content from me over there that'll be discussing things beyond just like the stuff I talk about on YouTube, like One Piece, One Punch Man, Dragon Ball. I'm trying to diversify to other stuff over there. So make sure to head on over. Like I said, it's free. Like my page and follow me on there. There's some other YouTubers that are on Viewster too. I know For Neverworld and James are on there, James Hansen. So go check them out as well. They have like a anime battle like series they do, like, you know, like a kind of a crossover battle thing. So if you're into that, go check them out over there, and they have some other cool stuff there as well. Okay, so that's for the Viewster stuff. I just wanted to address that there, because that's been something I've been working for a little while there. Next up is okay, so this is the time of the year that I normally do the big question and answer series with my friend Casey. For those of you that have no idea what that's about, I'll put up a card right here. The last 2 years, 2015 and 2016, in December, I just get together with my friend Casey, and we just do this big question and answer thing. Now, I don't exactly have a specific date this year for when we're actually going to get a chance to do this. Me and her are definitely doing it. We just have no idea when the date is set yet, because our schedules are kind of hectic right now. But I just want to take this opportunity to just ask you guys to send in questions. Normally how I do these is that we have like a particular like topic. Like I think the first time we did it, it was questions about college, because that's back when we were still both in college. We both graduated. I've actually technically not graduated yet, but I'm getting my bachelor's degree in the mail in like the next few weeks. So I'm technically graduated already. She graduated like a year ago. And the last one we did last year was like about like jobs and getting like a career and everything like that and how to, do that kind of stuff. This year, I don't really have a specific topic. So if you just want to send in any question that you feel like you want to ask us, if you want to go back and watch the other ones, get a refresher on our like personalities or something. Well, I'm pretty sure you probably know my personality at this point. But if you want to get like a, like what kind of questions would be, cool to ask us and everything. Yeah, I'm still going to be screening them, because don't just think like I just send in any random wacky question, I'm just going to read it off. I'm still going to go through them and pick out the ones that, we can both answer and aren't too creepy. But yeah, that's coming up soon in the next few weeks, probably before the December is over. So yeah, just, giving you that heads up now to send in questions. You could just post them below, or you can tweet them at me. Probably best just to post them below to this video, and then that way I can... just go through them very quickly and just, screen the ones out that we need. Okay, so next up is new videos from me. This is just giving you a brief showcase of the stuff I have working on whenever I get time to do them. First things first is the Nami and Luffy fanfiction video. There was, I mentioned this when I did my 200,000 live stream, like that's part of the big things I wanted to do for the 200,000, and that was like one of the first things I thought of doing, and it ended up being like one of the last things I'm actually going to end up doing. One of the other things I thought of for the 200,000 special were that the Roger video I did the other day, where I talk about the inspirations for, Goldie Roger. I thought that's kind of something unique and something I've never done before, talking about actual history, so that's something I wanted to do. But as for the Nami and Luffy fanfic, the problem with that is just I'm having trouble finding a really good one. That's really, I don't know, because writing characters like Luffy are very difficult, so I need to have it be somewhat believable, and I'm having a hard time finding one that I really like. I always like them to be lemony, because that's kind of the whole point of it. I'm up here kind of reading a lemony fan fiction with all these like sex acts, and it's kind of like, yeah, but it's fun. That's what I did back with the Bleach things, and they were all lemons when I did those, and those were really entertaining. So I'm having trouble finding a really good one though. But I'm still looking, and we're still gonna do it. If I can't find one, then I'm just gonna have to, pick something else Luffy Nami to do that's not like super lemony, but I'll find something that'll be enjoyable, because that's part of the entertainment value, is not just me reading a fanfic, but also, getting you guys entertained as well. But that's definitely still happening. I'm not nixing it, it's just taking longer than expected. Some other stuff I have down the pipeline here. Sorry, I have a bit of a scratchy throat. I've had this cold for like, I'm just getting over it now, but I've had this cold for like 2 weeks. I don't know if it's just stress or what, but my body, I've been knocked out of like my freaking loop just because of the holiday season or whatever. But some other stuff I have coming down the pipeline. We have Crocodile's Secret video. This video has actually gone through a few different phases. Initially, it was just going to be a video about me talking about the whole theory involving Crocodile being a woman. That whole thing with Ivankov, oh, well, obviously the reason Crocodile was embarrassed was because he was a woman. I was actually looking into it a lot, though, and because the problem with that theory, it always bugged me, because I'm just like, is that it? Is that really all it is? Like, Crocodile was a woman and he doesn't want anyone to know, and that's the whole point of the secret? I don't know, I just don't feel like that would be very... That would be that big of a deal, So it's because, especially since Ivankov, we already know what he can do. There's the whole Newkama, people. So it's just like, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I've been looking into other ways to spin it, and I have a few. So probably expect that video out rather shortly. It's just not going to be probably focused on the original thing I was focusing on. I'm still going to address the whole thing, that it's possible, but I just want to go into some other realms with it, basically. Something else I really want to do is a video chronicling all the different filler fruits. If you've ever actually looked at all the different filler devil fruits that exist in One Piece, it's quite a sizable number. There's a fruit like Apis' fruit in the bottom right that has the ability to talk to animals. That was like the first filler fruit ever shown. There was a few from the movies that were weird, like the guy on the left, Gasparade, the green goopy dude. He actually kind of had like a an earlier rendition of Perospero's Lick Lick Fruit, where he has basically a Logia that allows him to turn into candy, so I thought that was an interesting parallel. We have the Gol fruit from Grand Tesoro in the top left. We have Bill's fruit, the Bato no Mi, that's actually the purple one, and it's a mythical zone that turns you into a vampire. So, yeah, a lot of really cool filler fruits in the series, and I really want to discuss that. Moving on to Dragon Ball, I actually have a video coming up where it's involving Jiren. I actually didn't have this one ready. But Jiren's character is interesting because it wasn't interesting. He didn't have a character at the beginning when he showed up. It was basically just like, I'm this really strong guy, and I don't talk much, and I meditate, and that's it. However, in the recent chapter of Dragon Ball Cho, the manga version of it, it actually shows a little bit more of Jiren's personality. So now I feel like I can actually make a solid video about Jiren. Probably not a very long video, but a pretty solid, video, maybe like 10 minutes long, just discussing Jiren. So I wanted to talk about him. Also, I wanted to do kind of like a recap video involving the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, just kind of going through, because we're getting down now to like only a handful of fighters left. There's only like 18 or so, whittled down from like 80. So I wanted to do a video where I was like doing a service by recapping, like, okay, here's everybody from Universe 3 that's still in it. Here's everybody from Universe 7, Universe 11, Universe 4 that are still in it. I think there's only 4 universes that are still there. And then give you my opinions on who's going to fight who, and who's like the final matchups are going to be, of course, and all that stuff, and where this could go from here. I thought that would be just kind of neat, like a recap-y kind of video to do that. The Straw Hat Hockey video I already did earlier this week. That's actually performing really well, so thank you for that. Fan mail. I've gotten some fan mail over here. And we'll be doing probably a live stream focused around that. I know that whenever I do live streams, a big complaint is I don't save them. But when I do the fan mail one, I think I'm going to, I'm going to save that one, so obviously you can go back and see them later. But yeah, that's coming up there. I got some fan mail. I actually have this really cool figurine of Luffy. I think this is from Strong World that I got. So yeah, I got some fan mail coming up. It's been a while since I did that. I'm just gonna put you down on the companion cube there, Luffy. All right, and finally, Xmas, Christmas coming up. Sorry, I work in retail, so every time I think about Christmas, I immediately just have to, like, I'm the cringe king, but even I have a little miniature version of myself living inside my brain, and every time he hears the word Christmas, or hears Christmas, jingles, or Christmas carols, he just... But anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas yet. I kind of try to do something at least a little bit special. I don't think I did anything last year super special for... No, last year I did the Bleachmas. Yeah, that's what I did. 12 days of Bleachmas for 2016 and 2015. There's not going to be a Bleachmas this year, if that's what you're expecting, just because I don't know anything else. I mean, I've already done videos about all the captains, and about all the Espada, and about all the Sternritter. Like, there's really nothing else for Bleach that I can do, like, an episodic, like, 12 days thing. And you might be thinking, well, do something for One Piece. Well, I just did that for Halloween and Horrowsween, and by the way, that was hard enough, to get all the 12 videos out of 13 videos for Horrowsween, and still get regular content out. And now, on top of all that, we would have to do it again, except now it's way busier because it's the Christmas season. So there's not going to be like an episodic thing this year, like no 12 days of Christmas, but I'll still try to do a Christmas special. The bare minimum thing I got right now going on, if I can't think of anything really special to do, if I'm just so freaking busy and I just don't have anything that I can do, really. I just don't have time to film anything really over the top or special like I did with the, I'll tell you what, my favorite Christmas special I ever did for this channel was one that didn't even really get a lot of attention, and it was the Bad Shield United thing I did, where I went back and I reviewed one of Kubo's original one-shots before he did Bleach, and it was Bad Shield. And I had a lot of fun filming that because it involved a lot of, like, green screening stuff, and it was just a lot of fun, but, like, hardly anybody saw it, so that kind of sucks. But I'll put it up here in a card if you want to watch that. But going along that vein, I thought, I did one of Kubo's one-shots, maybe I can do one of Oda's one-shots, because Oda has done stuff. He did like 2 or 3 I think it was 2 different variations of Romance Dawn Volume 1 and Volume 2, before we actually got into the actual Romance Dawn, as in the first chapter of One Piece. I remember in one version of Romance Dawn, the female lead was not Nami, it was Anne, who is like the original female protagonist of One Piece, and then Romance Dawn Volume 2 was a woman named Silk. And they both obviously like looked like Nami. And then finally you get to the original Romance Dawn One Piece manga, and then of course we all know Nami was the, you know, the kind of the female lead on that one. But yeah, I might go back and do that, but if I just don't have time, if it's just absolutely my back's up against the wall, I have nothing else to do, I was just gonna do like a contest, like not even like a really complicated contest, like something just basically like, hey guys, it's Christmas, I'm giving away these things, and just, you know, here's how you enter and blah, 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 and I'll pick the winner, and then that's just how it goes. That's like my baseline right now if I can't think of anything else to do, because contests are not hard. Like, here's some gift cards I'll give out to, like, Amazon or whatever you want, or, you know, iTunes. I don't know what you kids are into, or, like, Steam or something, you know, I'll do something like that. But, other than that, I have really, I have a few ideas for Christmas. It's just about coming up with ideas. Oh, and Making Toast Season 2 is another thing that we're probably going to have to push back until the beginning of next year. And if you have no idea what that is, like, making toast, what the hell are you talking about? Just yeah, bear with me on that one. We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, that's all I got, really, for the updates. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for getting me to the 200,000 mark this year. Really good year for me, and I hope that 2018 will be even better. And it's not that year that I inevitably crash and burn into a massive dumpster fire in the side of a mountain. Part of YouTube is that you have to have some kind of sense that that might actually happen, so you gotta be walking. It's never good. I'll tell you a secret about YouTube. Tell you a secret. YouTube is something that fluctuates, okay, up and down. Some months you do really good. Some months you get a lot of subs and you're making decent money and you're getting decent views and you're on top of the world and it feels like, yep, everything, the good times are here to stay. And then the next month, the very next month, you can, and you're not making as many subs or you're not making as much money. And the secret is not freaking out on both extremes. When you're doing really good, you can't be like, yay, everything's awesome, everything is cool when you're part of a team. But also on the same token, when you're not doing as well, you can't be like, oh, it's over, man, it's over, the stream is crashing and burning. You know, you can't do that either. You gotta kind of have like this middle ground where you're like, all right, everything will be cool. You know, don't get super, super hyped, don't get super, super depressed, and just kind of stay the course, because that's how YouTube is. Maybe when you get up higher and higher, like the higher tier, like 10 million plus subscribers, it's more consistent. But for where I'm at right now, it can be like, you know, wow, 3 months I'm doing good. Oh, now I'm not doing too good for another month. Oh, now I'm doing all right. Now I'm doing really good. Now I'm not doing great. It's all right, but it's all good. I've been at this for a long time, so I pretty much know the system at this point. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Tekking101 signing out.